Alright guys, so we're back at the dealership. Just now finished my first test drive with the 2022 Pathfinder, and can I just say, this thing is an animal. It is so much fun to drive. Let me show you some more features that it has. So coming right over here to the window sticker, like I mentioned on the test drive, we've got 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. That means this vehicle is set up to do pretty much anything you're going to want it to while still getting good fuel economy. So I'll go over some more fuel economy stuff in just a few minutes, but like I said on the test drive, we are at a 23 miles per gallon average between both city and highway, and we've got a lot of cool technologies to get down to that number in just a few minutes. But with a third row SUV, I can't help but talk about the back seat and all the different passenger options that you have. So keep in mind, this is the S model. We've got a lot of cool technology going on back here at the second row. So first and foremost, the S model does have a tri-zone climate system that is both controllable from your back seat or your front seat. So parents, you'll be able to take control over what the kids have going on, or kids, if you guys are old enough to adjust your own climate back there, you've got the ability to do so as long as the parents don't yell at you about it. Now, not only that, but in order to access your third row seating, it's as simple as just pressing this button right here, and those seats will automatically and electronically fold up and out of the way for you, and that goes for both your driver and passenger side of the vehicle. And once you get somebody back there, they are just as simple to fold down. Now let's walk around to the trunk real fast, because I've got this third row folded down into what I call cargo mode. You can see our nice hydraulically assisted liftgate right back here. Now, like I said, this is with the third row folded down into cargo mode. This is 84 cubic feet of storage back here, and that is plenty for most people. But if you just wanted to get a little bit more storage space, you can actually fold that second row down, and I'll go over that in just a second. But with your third row, as far as deploying it, it is super simple. You pull on 2 lanyards and 3 headrests, and all of a sudden you are in business and ready to have people in the back seat. Plus, these guys have a ton of room adjustment. So if you get somebody back there that's a little bit picky about their recline angle, they have all the options in the world. Not only that, but you see back here this trunk space, you did lose quite a bit whenever you folded that up into passenger mode. However, we've got a nice under storage right here for your trunk space as well. And this is also watertight. So if you wanted to use it as a cooler, you've got to go ahead to do that too. Plus, right back here is where you get to your spare tire that's mounted underneath the vehicle, just like the Pathfinder's always been. Now, moving forward from there, I'll show you guys how to fold down your second row into cargo mode. All we have to do is fold down these headrests on the third row, get those out of the way, and then fold down our 2 back seats. Walk around here to the second row of the vehicle, and this lever that's right next to that button to go into third row access, all you have to do is lift up on that, and those are going to fold nice and flat with the rest of the third row, making you have tons of cargo space. Now, not only that, but let's go ahead and move to the interior of the vehicle. That way we can get a little bit more technology covered. All right, guys, so before we go into the inside of this vehicle to discuss some more options and features, I want you guys to notice one final thing about the exterior, and that's the fact that we've done away with the request entry switches on your front doors. No longer do you have to click a button to get into your door. So I'm going to lock the door, put this key fob on the hood of this Murano right here, walk up, pull on the door handle, nothing happens. The cool thing about this new Pathfinder is I'm going to put this key fob in my pocket without pressing any buttons. I'm going to walk up and just pull on the door handle, and I'm right in the vehicle. So that right there replaces your request entry switches for both your driver and passenger doors on the new model Pathfinder, and that's available on every single trim level of this vehicle. Comes standard even. Alright guys, so inside the Pathfinder, you can see that quite a bit's changed in here as well. Now, first and foremost, we've got a beautiful 8-inch color touch display right up front that's going to give you Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, AM, FM. Pretty much any way you want to listen to music, you're going to be taken care of on this infotainment display. Moving down a little bit from there, you can see our beautiful tri-zone climate control system. So I've got my driver, passenger, and then of course my third row and back climate control right here on the back of the center console. Very easy to use, even while you're driving. You don't even have to look at it to know where everything is. Beyond that, of course, our all-new electronic shifter that we started on the Rogue for 2021 has carried its way onto the 2022 Pathfinder. Extremely easy to use, seamless. There's no more mechanical connection between your hand and the transmission. It's all done by electronics now, and that means that we have a lot of room for storage areas, additional storage areas that we were never able to fit in the previous generation Pathfinder. Now, not only that, but speaking about the gear selection, once you go into reverse, you can see a really nice backup camera comes up on that display with predictive steering. So as you turn your wheel, you'll be able to see where your tires are going to end up based on the angle of this wheel. Not only that, but we've got a beautiful advanced drive assist display, just like we always have in most of our vehicles. It gives you a lot of good information about the vehicle, such as your tire pressures, fuel economy information, different drive mode information, and a whole lot of other stuff about the vehicle. Not only that, but moving back down here, you can see that we've integrated our electronic parking brake system, and like I mentioned on the test drive, our auto hold system into the new Pathfinder. Right down here, I touched on this briefly during the test drive, but this right here is our drive mode selectors knob. So in a two-wheel drive vehicle, this will just be a simple switch. However, in a four-wheel drive vehicle like this, you do unlock a few extra drive modes. I've already gone over those. I just wanted you guys to see how nice this little dial is down there to select all those different drive modes for you. You can see on our center console, we've got a nice piece of plastic right here embezzled with Pathfinder on it. Just really gives a nice homage to the previous Pathfinder generations and brings a little bit more ruggedness back into the current generation Pathfinder. Plus, you can see this center console is more than large enough to store anything that you'd want to keep in there. Now, beyond that, the steering wheel's taken a lot of design language from the 2021 Rogue. You can see we've got a nice flat bar situation right here on the sides. A lot of technology packed into this, including some paddle shifters if you wanted to drive a little bit more sporty. Over here on the left side of the steering column on the dashboard, we do have an illumination adjustment for our dashboard. And then, of course, like always on the door card itself, we've got power locks and windows across the entire vehicle, as well as a really nice set of power mirror adjustments for your outside side view mirrors, which is where your sensors are located for your blind spot monitoring, as well as a lot of other safety features for this vehicle on the outside of the vehicle, such as your forward automatic braking, rear automatic braking, and of course your lane keep assist as well. All right, guys, so I've got a couple more things I want to show you guys before I let you guys go, and all of them are right here under the hood. So one of my favorite things about the all-new Pathfinder is that we really didn't touch the underneath the engine bay a whole lot with the whole new redesign. So of course we added the new 9-speed transmission. We took some inspiration from our Frontier and Titan trucks with those, gave it 9 brand new gears as opposed to a CVT, and based on my test drive just now, I am loving this new powertrain. But the star of the show right here, Nissan's 3.5 liter V6 from their VQ series of engines. Like I said earlier, this thing makes 284 horsepower and 259 pound-foot of torque, and it is excellent at putting that power through the ground with that new 9-speed transmission. Now, if you look across the engine bay, if you're the type of person that likes to do any of the maintenance yourself, you're going to notice a very, very easy to work with layout. Everything's right where it needs to be. Not a whole lot of clutter, and it's not a very tight engine bay to work in at all. Now, not only that, but if we come right over here, you can see that we do still have Nissan's Breakaway engine mount. So in the event of a front-end collision, this engine will actually fold underneath the vehicle, lifting up the front end, keeping it out of you and your passenger's lap, because that's not a good place for an engine to keep. Not only that, but we do have a lot of safety technology under the hood as well, including a whole lot of sonar systems on the front bumper and the rear bumper in order to keep you safe while you drive. And that's why the all-new Pathfinder is really truly about family, as well as redesigning what Nissan has made well for a whole lot of years before and just making it just a touch better.